disciples how to pray to our Father, which art in heaven. Hallowed. That means holy. It's holy. It's set apart. Is your name. Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Thy will be done. That means in obedience, I will do what you have requested of me. Your will be done. I will follow what you instruct me to do. On earth as it is in heaven. Because you know there's no corrupt thing in heaven. Sin does not abide in heaven. And there's no exalting your throne above God's throne. So we must approach him in humility. Approach him with a repentant heart. Approach him knowing who he is. Not like, here I go again. Like it's something that you don't want to do. Like it's a burden to you just to go to God. He wants those who are pleased and just come to him with everything. He wants those men and women of God worshiping and praising him, worshiping him in spirit and in truth. That means when I come to him, I know that he is God. I reverence him as God. I know that I can't do anything without him. I know that if it had not been for the Lord on my side, that I wouldn't be alive now. Because he forewarned me that if I didn't stop, before I reached that destination, if I didn't stop, I would die. Recognize God on today in your worship, in your praise, in the activities of your limbs, what you do, how you speak. Reverence him on today. No matter where you are, reverence God on today with your actions. Because actions, they speak louder than words. You can speak the word of God and the word can go before you. But when you're talking about love, when you're talking about obedience, you got to show something. You ought to show some sign. If the Lord has ever been good to you, has he ever done anything for you? You ought to show some sign on today. Now, that was a lie. Let's take a look at how God answers Job. You see, sometimes we can think that we do things ourselves. And like I made myself this and I made myself that. You can't make yourself wake up in the morning. God puts people in office and take them out of office. He elevates people and he'll bring you down. He'll give to you and he'll take from you. He'll build you up. He'll break you back down. He is the potter and we are the clay. I don't think some people get that though. They think that they have their own lives. I made this. I did that. No, God enabled you to be able to do that. He gave you the ability to do that. He gave you the thinking ability. Because just think, some people can think, some people, mindset. The mind has been taken through a disease process and it's called Alzheimer's, dementia. They can't even think about where their hand was the last minute or the last second. Not talking about anybody, not putting them down, but just giving you an example of you can have your mind today and it can be gone tomorrow. I don't like Alzheimer's. Sometimes when I forget something, I'm like, oh, the devil is a lie. I rebuke the spirit of Alzheimer's off of my brains because I've seen it and I know what it looks like to be so confused to where you don't know where you put your plate. You don't know, is this my hand? I don't know if this is my hand. Is that my daughter? I don't know if that's my daughter. So thank God on today that you are clothed in your right mind on today. Pray for the ones who are not, but thank God that you are. Pray for the ones who can't walk, But thank God that you can. Be grateful, thankful on today, magnifying his holy name. And Job, just listen to this, what he told Job. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind. And I'm skipping around because I wanted you to see Elihu, his knowledge, and how he was speaking out, letting them know about God and that he wasn't speaking on God's behalf. But here is God speaking. He said, then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy? Or who shut up the sea? When doors, with doors, when it brake forth as if it had issued out of the womb, when I made the cloud, the garment thereof, and thick darkness, a swallowing band for it, and break up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And here shall thy proud waves be stayed? Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the day spring to know his place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the search of the death? Have the gates of death been opened unto thee, or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare if thou knowest it all. He said, declare. Make a statement. Come on, speak up if thou knowest it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldest take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldest know the paths to the house thereof. Knowest thou it because thou was then born? Or because the number of thy days is great? Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hell, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted which scattereth the east wind upon the earth? Who hath divided a water course for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cause it to rain on the earth, where no man is, on the wilderness wherein there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth? Hath the rain a father, or who hath begotten the drops of dew? Ha! Glory to God. Out of whose womb came the ice and the hoary frost of heaven? Who have gendered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Canst thou bind the sweet influence of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou send lightnings, that they may go and say unto thee, here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts? Or who hath given understanding to the heart? Who can number the clouds in wisdom? Or who can stay the bottles of heaven? When the dust groweth into hardness, and the clods cleave fast together, wilt thou hunt the prey for the lion, or feel the appetite of the young lions? When they couch in their dens, and abide in the covert to lie in wait, who provided for the raven his food? When his young ones cry unto God, they wonder for lack of meat. 39. Knowest thou the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth? And he went on and on and on, basically letting Job know, I did this. I did this. And if you skip all the way to 42, it says, then Job answered the Lord and said, I know that thou canst do everything, and that no thought can be withholden from thee. See, acknowledge that without God, you are nothing. And that's basically out of all of what Job went through, out of everything that he went through, out of everything that David went through, they had to acknowledge what? God. That God is what? Everything. Before you make a move, you have to consult who? God. That's if you want to be successful in this battle. If you want victory in your life, God. That's the one we need to get close to. Abba Father, which art in heaven. And the only way to God is through Jesus Christ. Why? Because he sinned not. And for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Our victory is in Jesus. But we have to acknowledge that nothing is done. We can't do anything without God. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Yes, God is our strength even in our weakness. So glorify God on today. I'm going to be at 4091 Overton Crossing this morning. Pastor Lee Udner, and the leader of Anointed Faith World Outreach Ministries Church is Pastor Lee Salter. So I'm going to be praising God up in there this morning. So I give God the glory on today for all of who he is, all of what he has done. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day in the Lord on today. Remember, give God all the glory, all the praise, and all the honor because he deserves it. This has been Encouraging Moments with Marilyn, and I am Elder Marilyn Keys. Enjoy your satisfied Sunday. Satisfying Sunday. Satisfied with Jesus. Satisfied with Jesus. Said it would be my, he said it would be my guy. I looked at my hands look new. If I'm singing that right. Anyway, looked at my feet and they did too. Oh, ever since that wonderful day, my soul's been satisfied with Jesus. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday.